Good evening to all. Now we are going to see about peripheral devices in buses. That is, in a PCI, it's having three buses: PCI buses and USB buses and CSI buses. So these are all the standard input-output interfaces. So in a PCI, it's nothing but peripheral interface circuits. Here it's a system bus. It supports the functions found in a processors, but in a standard input independent on any particular process. So devices are connected to the PCI's bus appears to the processor as if they are directly connected to the process. PCI bus is very low cost, so it's designed anticipated to rapid growing demand for a bus bandwidth. And likewise, it's using for a graphics and a video devices. We can connect it in PC through PCIs, plug and play the particular videos. So it's having this how PCI bus operates as a data transfer, device configurations and electrical characteristics. So data transfer is nothing but the PCI bus designed to primarily to support the burst of a data to just one word as a read or write operations in individual a single word treated as a burst of length 1. The bus supports independent address space, its memory and input output and configurations. The input output address space is the intended USB with process such as Pentium with have a separate input output address space. So configuration space is intended to give a PCI is plug and play the capacities, and a 4-bit common identifier which is having a 3 spaces being used in a given data transfer operations. The master maintains of address informations to the bus until the slave is selected. It doesn't have a keep it until the execution is complete. The address is needed to the bus in one clock cycles, but thus freezing address lines in subsequent of clock cycles. And at any given time, on device bus is master, and right now they initiated the data transfer by issuing read and write commands. So device configurations, the input output devices is connected to the computer. Several actors are needed to configure both devices and the software communication with it. A number of switches that have to be set by the users to select certain operations. So once the device is connected to the software, need to know the address of the devices. It should be the characters in speed and transfer the link whether the priority bits are used and so on. The PCI is influenced to incorporate with input-output devices and a small configuration of ROM memory to store the information about the devices. The configuration of ROMs is all devices are accessible in the configuration address space. The PCI software reads these ROMs whether the system is powered up or reset. So in this case, it's determined whether the device is keyboard or a printer or a Ethernet controller or a disk controller. So electrical characteristics of PCI's devices either the 3 volt or 5 volt power supplies. The connections space boards to design the ensure they can be plugged into the compatible motherboard. The universal serial bus USB. It's developed by several communications companies. It's compact. And it's Microsoft etc. USB having 2 speeds connections, one low speed and a full speed. Low speed may be a 1.5 megabits per second, and high speed or full speed is a 12 megabits per second. The most recent version of the USB is 2.0, and third speed operation is called a high speed 480 megabits per second. The USB design is several key objectives. It's providing a simple and low cost easy to interconnect systems that overcomes the difficulties of the limited number of input-output ports to the computer. Accommodates a wide range of data transfer characteristics of input-output devices, including telephones and interconnections. So Ethernet user convenience through a plug and play mode of operations. The port limitations, the parallel and serial port provided to general purpose point to connecting through when a variety of low and medium speed devices connected to a computer. Only a few ports are available in a computer. To add a new ports, the users must open the computer box to gain access to the internal expansion and install a new interface cards, and user should know the configuration device and the software. So objective of USB is to connect the many devices to the computer systems without opening the computer box. So device characteristics is limiting the speed and volumes and time constraints associated with the data transfers. So the plug and play as features means the new devices such as additional speakers can be connected at any time the system is operating. The system will detect extension of a new devices, automatically identify the appropriate devices and software and any other facility required to enable them to communicate. It can be implemented in all levels of the system from hardware to OSI, that is operating systems, and the application software. So USB architecture is having low cost, flexible and high data transfer bandwidth, and input output devices connected must be located at the some distance from the computer. For higher bandwidth it will be used to which carries 8, 16 and 32 and more than in parallel. So serial transportation of USB is a serial port to satisfy the cost and good flexibility. The hub is the intermediate control point of input output device and the host. The root hub connected to the entire free of the cost. So connection to established using single point to point links. The USB operates only in the basic of polling. So avoiding the all the devices send the messages only is response of poll messages. When no two devices can send the message at the same time. So addressing USB to connect to the host computer to the hub attached to the processor bus, and the host software communicating with individual devices attached to the USB, sending the packets of information. So hub is forward to appropriate USB ports here. So whenever the hub and input device are sent to the 7-bit addresses, the address is located to the USB and is not released to any way to address used to process bus. So small computer interface bus, SCSI bus, is related to standard of ANSI under the designer. The controller connected to SCSI bus has two types of initiator and a target. The initiator is ability to select a particular target and to send the commands to specify the operation to be performed. The disk controller operates as a target. It carries out the commands to receive from the initiators and establish a logical connection with the interconnected targets. So once the connection has been established, it can be supplied and restored the needed to transfer the common and buses of a data. While the particular connection is suspected, the other devices can be the bus to transfer information. The ability to overlap the data transfer request to the key features of the SCSI, but it leads to the high performance. So data transfer of is control the target controller. It's sent a command to the target and initiate a controller request to control the bus and the alter and the winning to the arbitration. So select a controller. It can be the communicated with the hands of controller to the bus over to it. The controller starts the data transfer operation to receives the commands from the initiator. So bus is having a selection and information transfer plans. So then the bus arbitration is interactive to the state of the it can be request used to bus while it can be state. It's two or more controllers can generate such a request to the same line. So a controller request to bus is initiating the busy signals and basically accessing the data to the identifier itself. The CSI is used to simple distributed arbitrary schemes in which the controllers uses the bus simultaneously. So the selection target control the reports by assisting the busy signals informed to initiated to correction the its record has been established. So information transfer base is information transfer to controller to consist of a command from its initiated to the target.